By now, they would have sobered up a bit. Fortunately, we have some folks in the audience who hopefully can help us solve the mystery. I'd like to start by asking Sammy the Snitch to come up to the microphone. I've heard that he has some very interesting information he wants to share with the audience.
I'll be there in a minute.
I'll be halfway there.
And there's cheese here too.
Sammy only talks if the money's right.
That's good.
Show me the money.
Sweeper again. Is this on?
Yes.
Then who screwed it up to start with?
I did.
Oh, okay. She's
You got
here.
a problem with that?
Not at all.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Sometime today would be good.
We will work, he said.
Evening, folks. My name is Sammy the Snitch. My name is. Bring it up.
Pick it up.
There's the knob on the side there.
It's going to end up in my chest, I can tell that. Evening, folks. My name is Sammy the Snitch. And I like to hang out around here, around the prison here. A lot of these inmates get really lonely. And when they get really, really lonely, I get lucky. If you know what I mean. I'm just not glad I'm not at the men's prison down the road. So. Now I have a question for Feisty Frankie Folsom. I was at a party last night, and I will admit I was shocked when you talked about having sex in a dryer. I waited there for over an hour and a half, and you never showed up. That wasn't very nice of you. When you shut the door and turned the dryer on dry and tumble. When I managed to get out, I was really dizzy and slightly wrinkled. As I was staggering around, I saw you and Judge Waldo Whopper playing strip poker. I would love to have seen that. You had all his clothes. I heard him say, "Frankie, give me my clothes or I'll send you for another 20 years in here. You'll be old, ugly, and by the time you get out." And I hear you say, "Judge Waldo Whopper, darling, if you get me out of here tonight, I'll give your clothes back and you can have mine as well too. If not, I'm going to have to kill you." He laughed at it and said, "Then you say, guess that means that you're a dead man. Did you stab him in the back and threaten to keep him in prison for another 20 years?
Sammy the Snitch, you're just mad because I played that little trick on you and left you in the dryer. Sammy, you remind me of a guy I dated before I met Johnny B. Dan Fink was a single guy who was living with his elderly father, running the family business. We dated for a couple of months, and after a lovely dinner one evening, he proposed to me and said, "I may look like the ordinary guy to you, but in a few years my father will die and I will inherit the family business and $10 million. I'm looking for a beautiful wife to spend this money with. Will you marry me?" He was going on a business trip, so I said, "I'll give you your answer when you come back." Well, while I was gone, I married the old man, and now I'm his stepmother, and I have all the millions. Women are so much better at financial planning than men. Yep, those were the good old days. You know, I only have 2 more years in this hellhole. Maybe less with good behavior. It did make me a little mad when that stupid Judge Waldo Whopper threatened to keep me here another 20 years. But I figured, since he was already nude, I could seduce him and I'll be forgiven and forgotten. And believe me, it was. I'd rather make love than fight.
Now I understand why Sammy has been limping today. I'd like to introduce the one and only Tammy Faye Faker, who has just returned from a tour around the United States promoting her new tell-all book. Let's have a round of applause for Tammy Faye Faker.
Thank you everyone for the applause. Thank you everyone for the applause. I am so happy to be here. Sometimes I just start crying. Something comes over me, you know how that happens. This force comes and I've been promoting my new book. It's called How to Talk to Cats About Gun Safety. I can't believe no one has written anything like that yet. My last book was a cookbook, but sadly I can't cook. I only have a couple of recipes. And most of them are things like take the package out of the freezer, put it in the microwave for 3 to 4 minutes. The truth is, at home, we have to pray after the meal. And I'm such a bad cook. If I have dental floss in the kitchen, the roaches hang themselves. Around my house, no one ever asks, guess who's coming to dinner? Because 9 times out of 10, it's the paramedics. I went out and bought a cookbook, but I couldn't do anything with it. Every one of the recipes began the same way. Take out a clean dish. Fortunately, I have a beautiful body, and men love to take care of me. Isn't that right, Preacher Tommy Lee Braggett? I still wish you hadn't decided to start working here. Maybe we'd still be together. But that's water under the bridge. I'm here tonight because I remember when we were together, you told me about the girl you had been seeing. It was Judge Waldo Whopper's little sister, Whoopi. She later died under mysterious circumstances, and the judge has been trying to pin her death on you ever since then. Did you murder Judge Waldo Whopper to keep him from finding out what happened to Whoopi Whopper?
That's a bunch of whoppers. I'm telling you. Talk about water under the bridge. When we were kids, Judge Waldo Whopper lived next door, and he always wanted to play. Where's Waldo? Where's Waldo? It was sort of like hide and seek. Waldo hid, but none of us looked for him. Can you imagine why? I never could understand why he liked the game so much. I dated Judge Waldo Whopper's sister, Whoopi Whopper. It was years ago, though. We were in love and going to get married, but Whoopi's parents and brother objected, so after a few months, both of us started suffering from depression. It got so bad, we decided we were going to commit suicide together. But strangely enough, once she killed herself, I started to feel a lot better. So I thought, screw it. I went on to become a preacher. A few years later, Judge Waldo Whopper married Wanda Weiner. Wanda and I had an affair shortly before she got married, and I just found out last week that Wally is really my son. I told the judge last night, and he went ballistic. It was so fun to watch. His eyes bugged out of it, and he turned bright red, I'm sorry. I thought he was going to explode. I laughed, handed him a cigar, and said, "Paybacks are hell, buddy." Slapped him on the back and walked away.
Interesting. I've talked to my cats about birth control, but I never thought about talking to my cats about gun safety. I'm just afraid they won't pay any more attention to gun safety than they do birth control. I have a litter of really cute cats, if anyone would like one. Next, I would like to ask Donna Dope to come up to the mic. She's been in and out, and in and out, and in and out of the prison system for years. I won't be surprised if she ends up back on the inside before the night is over.
Whoa.
Hello.
Hello. I'm fine.
Break out, break out, break out. Break out.
She got a hold of them bracelets.
You got a hold of some of that dope?
What's in
The dope?
My girls share.
Look, I think she's giving everybody some dope. Y'all gonna be some messed up folks.
Y'all better watch them brownies.
See what you got yourself into? You'll never be the same.